Hello, this video will show you how to complete a filter action using Power Query in Microsoft Excel. Okay, let's go ahead and get started then. So here is data that I have loaded using Power Query. I know that because of the green-white striped lines here. I have my query option up here as a menu. So I can accomplish the filter action using under data here as well. But if I were to do that, I would need to copy and paste the data in order to use it. So when a filter action is applied here on a sheet, what that simply does is just removes some of the rows from my data table. It doesn't actually create a new data table that I'm able to use for additional processing. To create a table to be used for additional processing using Power Query, I'm going to select Query up here, and then I'm going to go back and edit my query. And my Power Query editor window pops up here. And now what I want to do is apply that filter here at the state. And in particular, I would just like the information from Minnesota and Wisconsin. So I'm going to select only the states for Minnesota and Wisconsin. You might have to load more here on the bottom. It only provides some of the options. So let's go ahead and do that again and select Minnesota and Wisconsin. Say OK. And now we can see that the number of rows has been reduced down here. Before that was like 3,000 or 15,000 or something. I don't remember what it was. Okay, but it was much larger. Here I'm only getting information for Minnesota, and then Wisconsin sits down below that. Okay, once I have this specified in my Power Query editor, now I'm able to close and load this data, and that will obtain a new data table that contains only the information for Minnesota and Wisconsin. We're going to want to give this new data table a name that is meaningful. So let's change that to something like that. And then I'll know that this data table only contains information about those two states. If we also wanted to select just a few of the columns and not all of the columns, what we can do is apply two actions. So let's go back into the editor here. Apply this on only Minnesota and Wisconsin again. Those have already been selected. I guess I ran the Power Query editor from that window. But now I can say choose columns. And I can specify what columns to select. So maybe I don't want all of them, but I just want the first here. I don't want the information broken out in all the different races, but I just want the totals. So I would just want that first information. And now you can see the number of columns is being reduced here, as well as the number of rows. And I can say close and load there. And now that'll give me an updated data table that only contains the 7 columns that I asked for. Okay, that shows you then how to complete a filter action using Power Query in Microsoft Excel. Thank you. Have a good day.